Have you ever wondered why almost every country in the world accepts the US dollar? Why people in distant parts of Asia, Africa, and even South America sometimes choose to save money in dollars instead of their own currency? In this video, we will explore the surprising story behind how the US dollar became the global currency. You will not only improve your English vocabulary and listening skills, but you'll also discover secrets of world history and economics that affect your daily life. This is a Level 3 English story, perfect for intermediate learners. Stay with us until the end to understand the powerful journey of the US dollar. Our story begins in the late 1700s. The United States had just become independent from Britain. In 1792, the U.S. government passed the Coinage Act, which created the U.S. dollar. At that time, gold and silver were the most trusted forms of money. People around the world believed in hard currency, money that had real value. The U.S. dollar was based on silver at first. It wasn't yet special outside the United States, but it had taken its first step. In the 1800s and early 1900s, the U.S. economy began to grow. Railroads were built. Factories started working day and night. The U.S. became rich in natural resources, like coal, oil, and iron. As the economy grew, the dollar became stronger. Still, Britain and its pound sterling were leading the world economy. But everything changed after World War I. The war had destroyed many European economies. The United States, on the other hand, had become a major lender. Countries borrowed American money. The dollar slowly started to gain respect. Now we jump to the year 1944. World War II was still happening, but countries were already planning how to rebuild. They met in a place called Bretton Woods in New Hampshire, USA. Representatives from 44 countries joined the meeting. They made a deal. It was called the Bretton Woods Agreement. This agreement made the US dollar the center of the global financial system. Why? Because the United States had the most gold. Other currencies would link to the dollar, and the dollar would link to gold. This gave everyone confidence in the system. It was stable, trustworthy. At that time, most countries were poor and recovering from war. They needed a stable system to rebuild their economies. The U.S. had strong banks, working factories, and gold. America also had the trust of the world. So they agreed to use the dollar as the foundation of global trade. From that moment, the U.S. dollar became the world's reserve currency. That means banks around the world began to keep large amounts of dollars. They used it to trade oil, buy goods, and pay off loans. The key word here is global currency, and the dollar had become exactly that. In 1971, something major happened. U.S. President Richard Nixon ended the dollar's link to gold. This was called the Nixon shock. Now, the dollar was no longer backed by gold. It was just paper money, like all other currencies. But still, the world didn't change its mind. Why? Because by that time, the U.S. economy was too important. Countries had already built systems around the dollar. Oil was priced in dollars. International trade deals were signed in dollars. Even today, over 80% of global trade is still done in U.S. dollars. So why does the world still trust the U.S. dollar? The main reason is stability. The U.S. has a strong legal system. People believe in American banks and the power of its government. Even when there is crisis, like a recession or political change, the dollar remains reliable. Another keyword is economic influence. The United States has major influence in global politics and business. Countries see the dollar as a safe place for their money. Think about this. If you travel to another country and want to exchange money, what do most places accept? That's right, US dollars. Some countries even use it as their official currency. For example, Ecuador, El Salvador, and Panama. Online shopping, international payments, travel, all use the US dollar as a common link. Whether you live in Tokyo or Nairobi, the dollar plays a role in your economy. Today, new challenges are rising. China's yuan is growing stronger. Digital currencies like Bitcoin are becoming popular. Some people ask, will the dollar remain the global currency? The truth is, for now, yes. The systems built over decades still depend on the dollar. Changing them would take years, maybe generations. New currencies may rise, but the dollar still stands tall. So, now you know why the US dollar became the global currency. It's not just history. It's about trust, power, stability, and influence. From the silver coins of the 1700s to today's digital economy, the dollar's journey is a story of growth and global connection. If you enjoyed this story and learned something new, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more English learning stories that educate and entertain. Thank you for watching, and keep learning.